For the hard drive, you can just take out these 4 screws, unplug, trick to getting the back panel off is to pull up, put it on the side, and up. Bam. On a side note, a nice little place to place an air tag is right here. Taped an air tag in there. Here we go. Hard drive tray, audio MIDI USB board, and main logic board, battery. This off first. These particular ribbon connectors, these are the kind that you pull forward. You don't flip them up. Also, wherever there's a little arrow is where you remove the screw to get the board out. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So before you lift this board up, there's 3 cables that are a little bit taut. So this is the power. Unplug. There. 2 speakers. You can get a Sharpie and mark it so you know which one's which, left and right. Unplug these. Okay, now those are unplugged. On the other side, underneath here is a ground. So you need to move this over a little bit, take that ground out. Flip it over again. Now you can get underneath here and take out the remaining cords that are taut. Okay. Pretty much all these are different connectors, so you don't really need to mark them. It's just common sense which ones to put back. Actually, let me rephrase that. So these right here are, I think, the USBs. Just mark it with a Sharpie so you know which one's which. Okay, a little trick for all these screws and stuff. I just keep the screws together with whatever board they came off of. So there's this, there's a hard drive, back panel, all the screws from the bottom, hard drive tray and its little screw, and the 4 security screws there on the bottom. Yep, just stay organized. Okay. For the main logic board, you still want to be really careful about this power button, not to trigger it. But once again, this one doesn't have arrows for the screws. So right here, right here, right here, here, and here. Pretty much anywhere there's a screw on the board needs to come off. So in the Live 2, there's 2 things. Number 1, be careful of the SD card, because if you press it and it comes out, then you won't have your internal storage. And the reason why, even though I'm not going to the pads, which are underneath here, but replacing this Qlink knob board, is I want to turn off the power to this thing, which is right here. That's the power. So just unplug that so you're good. Also lift up like this, because on this side is a ribbon that's really delicate that goes to the display. So just lift up and, sorry for the bad camera, unplug the power. Good. So MPC stuff already has a video on how to replace the pads, which are on this side. My Qlinks, the selector broke, which is this board. So I'm focusing on this. So here's your battery. Take the cover off. Take the battery out carefully. Place it to this side here. And take out these 2 screws for this bracket. Okay, here's the trippy thing. This is the part number for the MPC Live 2's Qlink sliders, but it's also the part number for, wait for it, so here we go. Here's the Qlink sliders, and here's the buttons. These don't go together like this. Basically, you have two boards stuck together. One of them is this one, and one of them is this one. So it's like an $80 part. You get a backup button or a backup Qlink, depends on which one broke. So you got to snap this. I've never snapped a PCB board before. I googled it, said, and MPC stuff said to use pliers. However, even though there's a line here, what they call V-line, after doing my research, I want to take a razor blade to it, then snap it. Forgot to mention, all the Qlinks need to come off, the knobs. These are metal billets, but the ones from Akai, they just pull right off. Make sure you remove those. Once you get the knobs off, you're going to use a 10mm wrench to loosen up these right here. Take them all off. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to replace this too, because I already have the part. Might as well. So back in business here. As you can see, Qlink knobs work. Selector works, which broke for me. And this isn't blinking in real life. It's a camera. I don't know why it's appearing to blink on video, but it's totally solid with my eyes. So everything's good. One more little side note is breaking the boards with a plier was all I needed to do. I didn't need to use a razor blade. Get yourself a deck saver. Trust me, it's worth it. They're expensive, but worth it. That's it.